Talk Today is brought to you by Subway, open 24 hours in Countryside, Anderson Square in Georgetown, and Centennial Towers in West Bay. And by the Ministry of District Administration. Explore your history, explore your land, explore your sister islands. And Cayman Airways. Call them on 949-2311 to book your nonstop flights to Los Angeles and Panama. And Doctors Hospital. Peace of mind is important when life happens. Doctors Hospital, always there for you. Call 949-6066.
But I do have some questions.
There are more questions than answers.
Island's foremost listeners participation program.
Talk Today.
What is on your mind, Cayman? If you are ready to talk, we are ready to listen. Here's your host, Sterling Dwayne Ebanks.
Hey, welcome and thank you very much for joining us. And
Talk Today is reminding you.
Avoid any statements or comments which are abusive, derogatory, malicious, or defamatory. Do not use indecent language or make any statement that is false or misleading. Call 1-800-534-8255, 949-6990, 949-8037, or WhatsApp us on 925-3261.
Email Talk Today at candw.ky. Let your voice be heard.
And now, back to Sterling Dwayne Ebanks, Radio Cayman Talk Today.
hey, welcome back. Thanks for joining us. And as you move about the streets, looking for not just the last minute things, but that expected thing that you were hoping would have arrived last week, and you're told it may not come. Hey, we live, we love, and we learn. And as we go about life, we are appreciative of how things unfold. So from Jasmine, as part of their wonderful opportunity to be reminded that there are many who are trying their very best to be in that celebratory mood. As much as they do, there's that loss, that void that will never be filled. So their memory circle is something we'll share. Well, Ms. Jill Kapuscinski, thank you very much for joining us, and as best as possible, a very happy, healthy, merry, and just enjoyable Christmas to you and all who's around you, as we eat or not, as we festive. Hey, life is what it is. So how are you today?
I'm good, and thank you so much for allowing me the opportunity to speak today. In particular, it's always a pleasure to talk about Jasmine.
And it's something that I think, as cognizant as we are, because individually we're affected by it, sometimes we try to put it aside. Sometimes, inadvertently, we may be a little insensitive to that closest of close to us, or that stranger, without appreciating that at that moment, no matter how much laughter and joy might have been moments earlier, something was a reminder, something was a scent, a smell, a sound, whatever it is, and all of a sudden this thing appears on their face and their countenance and their body language. And how do we respond to it? Well, maybe you'll help us.
I mean, grief is certainly not something that we give much thought to until we find ourselves catapulted right into it, and it's different for everyone. The relationship with that person that we've lost is different, and how we handle grief is certainly different. And I think that's why Memory Circle was created, because it is an opportunity, a gathering of people who are all going through grief, different stages of the process, and it's independent of how that loved one was lost. And I think collectively, that's the best thing, better together as a community. Yeah.
And I'm so grateful your team reached out and say, hey, can we come on for a bit? I've tried repeatedly to remind myself, a few times even publicly, hey, just be cognizant that that person who's making that special dish that they've always made may not really feel like it, but an obligation and commitment, because to honor their word, they might want to do it. Or they might say, listen, you know what, I just don't have the capacity for it right now. Or if they do, they mightn't feel like celebrating. Let's be mindful that people, for whatever reason, and so in thinking of our discussion today, I thought immediately grief would be that loss of someone, but that doesn't have to be the physical loss. It could be the physical absence. It could be that failed relationship, that disappointment in something. Or is it grief just the physical loss? I mean, help us.
Again, yeah. I mean, we definitely miss those that we've loved because we do feel that they're not physically present with us. And they were, and this is why the holidays can be really difficult because of those traditions. And I'm sure people wonder, well, should I be changing them? Do I try to keep them the same? But it can be overwhelming. And a lot of people who feel that they have to be strong for their families and they're not allowed to show their emotions. But we are human and we are physically wired to have emotions. They will come. They do come. And I think one of the things, both at Jasmine and at Memory Circle, is we're constantly encouraging people to be kind to themselves, to give themselves the flexibility to grieve. Plan a strategy if, maybe families are big in Cayman and maybe there might be 40 people and, plan a strategy, find a quiet place if things start to get really overwhelmed and just allow yourself to breathe. Wrap your arms around yourself, give yourself a hug, but let yourself breathe. And again, be kind to yourself. Grief is not easy at all times. It comes and goes in waves. It can seem easy or that you've gotten through it, which is something we always hear from other people. Oh, you're going to get over it, which is really difficult because, again, we all grieve differently. Our relationship with that lost loved one is different and unique.
And it's not that we mean to be insensitive in saying that. We're trying to be encouraging, but yet those words sometimes can be infuriating instead. And my wonderful cousin, Rhonda, she reminds us that as we grieve, as we feel that loss, it ebbs and flows, right? One day it's a laughter at something you did. The next thing, that same event, you miss it and go, I'll never be able to do that again. And it's not that you're, irrational. It's just, well, maybe you are. I don't know. In saying that, I wanted to ask, I think back to the military and their practice when they gather and they serve a full meal to an empty chair, a physically empty chair, but that chair there's a level of respect and reverence, and it's served in a way to not be reminded of that sacrifice ultimately, but how sobering it is for us as a people to appreciate that we lose people and it doesn't matter. Is it minutes or decades? A story is told and you just recall it with such fond, such vivid imagery. In saying that, then, how do we in this space understand that we grieve differently, we be sensitive, we, as the grieving party, want to be strong, so to speak, for all those? Do we need people around us to be strong, supportive, nurturing, or just leave us alone? What do we need?
Again, I think that's where that flexibility and being kind to oneself, not everyone knows the right things to say. And so it goes both ways in the conversation, where someone might be a little overwhelmed with their particular grief and someone else may feel that they've moved past, or they feel that perhaps they've heard this time and time again. And I think, again, I'll bring it back to why Memory Circle came about, because it was a way to reflect back on memories, hopefully focus on things that were positive, that made you happy, but also acknowledge that it can be sad at times. And it's a different group. So sometimes, although we appreciate family support and friends support, again, grief may take 1 year, may take 10 years, may take 5 years. There is no time scale to it. And again, it does ebb and flow. There are high points. And so we focus on a lot of strategies. How can we, since we're going to have to live with grief, how do we live with it? How do we, again, manage through triggers, these emotional responses, birthdays, anniversaries? It's not just about the holidays, but the holidays is a big one because we are just used to people gathering about. So I do think, again, the communication and the sharing of ideas and strategies and ways in which we can support each other at Memory Circle has really proven, I think, beneficial to a lot of people. And because it's a free service, not much in life is free anymore. So this is a wonderful opportunity, as I said, to have people come together and again, be interactive because others are going through the same thing.
I think what's that song reminds us the best things in life are free, But is it? When we come back from the break, a few more minutes of your time, I want to ask about those stages of grief. And as I, sort of set up that discussion, I'm wonderfully reminded earlier that your feelings are just that. They're your feelings. They're how you feel relative to that moment, that thing. And no one should perhaps let you feel bad for feeling the way you feel. Are you excited? Well, that's your feeling. Are you, not excited in whatever the opposite is, right? So how does that play in with stages, if it does? And if the person at this particular time are feeling, a sense of dread or hopeful expectation, and yet the wider going, well, why are you not feeling this way? Or why are you feeling? Maybe talk about that in terms of the sensitivity and the responsiveness, how we can be supportive and maybe help. Some things we could chat about for a bit.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, join us right after the break. We'll see how it goes, man. I'm just glad that I do the easy part because Miss Susan does it and she does it well. So stay tuned for Talk Today.
Did you know that Doctors Hospital provides urgent care services 24 hours a day, 7 days a week? And Doctors Hospital's urgent care physicians have access to the most advanced MRI and CT imaging in the Caribbean, providing reliable diagnostics when you need it most. When you need quality urgent care for an illness or injury, Doctors Hospital is here for you 24/7. Whether it's a migraine, chest or abdominal pain, shortness of breath, broken bones, or another urgent need, Doctors Hospital at the top of Walker's Road. Urgent care right now.
December is here, but there's still time for that Miami trip before Christmas. Cayman Airways has added several extra flights from Grand Cayman to Miami, perfect for a weekend getaway and to catch that increased duty-free allowance for Cayman residents. But hurry, word is getting round, so those extra seats not going last long. Book your Miami seats online at CaymanAirways.com or call them on 949-2311. All aboard Cayman Airways with extra flights to Miami before Christmas.
Stay cyber secure with Cayman National. Here are a few tips that will benefit you. Ensure to log out completely when you finish any online banking activities. Be aware of phishing attempts and only click links from trusted sources that are sent from your device through emails and messages. Remember, Cayman National will never ask you for your credentials. If you suspect a fraud attempt or that your account has been compromised, please immediately contact our customer support team at 949-8300.
Wouldn't it have been grand if you had purchased land 30 years ago? It may not be 2020, but a perfect vision has never been more clear. Cayman Brac and Little Cayman, poised for growth with an eye on the future. Your land, your history, your future. Discover all that our sister islands have to offer.
Ho, ho, ho! Pew Art Gallery and Gifts is your perfect Cayman destination for Christmas shopping. Fun gift ideas for all ages. Pew Art features gorgeous local jewelry, household items, paintings, prints, Christmas tree ornaments, and more. Sure to delight without spending a fortune? Visit Pew Art Gallery and Gifts on South Church Street, a mile south of Georgetown. Open late December 16th through the 24th until 7 p.m. for your Christmas shopping. Pew Art Gallery and Gifts is open late from December 16th through the 24th.
Merry Christmas from Robert Wood Furniture and Interiors to all my friends, family, and clients. I'd like to bring you a holiday special on all our products in store with a very special Christmas discount. Save 25% on everything in the store and receive a discount on special orders. Please shop from December 16th through the 21st and enjoy all of our year-end savings. We are located in the Cayman Center on Orin Roberts Drive or online at robertwoodky.com. or call us on 949-7765. Merry Christmas and a very Happy New Year to all friends, family, and clients.
Oh, there's no place like home for the holiday.
Christmas is all about the family. We travel from all over the world to be together as a family on Christmas Day. Returning home from college, visiting family overseas, the reunions, the hugs, tears of joy, showering your family with gifts and love. For generations, Cayman Airways has been honored to be part of these amazing memories. Cayman Airways, your ride home for the holidays. On behalf of the Cayman Airways family, we wish you and your family a very blessed and Merry Christmas.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Hey, welcome back, and thanks for this, and thanks to Miss Jill Kabasinski over at I used to call it the Member Circle Cafe over at Jasmine, but maybe it's just a Member Circle group.
We serve coffee.
Yeah,
We've got tea, so why not?
Why not? It sounds.
It is meant to be social as well.
Yeah, and the reason why I was sort of playing with the terminology there at the end is that sometimes we don't appreciate how just come in and sit and listen, just coming in and being in a space that is not a space that you would immediately associate with something. You want to socialize, so to speak. You want to speak and say and listen and keep quiet and talk and all the things at the same time with people who are sharing, who have empathy, who can relate. I don't know. You tell me.
Well, and being interactive and being social, I think, is key. Because like you said, sometimes you just don't want to talk. And that's okay. Again, as we go through different stages of grief, you will have different emotions. You will emote differently. You will be very chatty one moment and absolutely silent at another moment. And again, I think at Memory Circle, making the evening very interactive. And again, we bring in guest speakers. We will have coffee, tea, sometimes a few other great treats or activities. And in particular, something new for 2025 for us is around scrapbooking, because we do want to try to focus on those positive memories. And again, make it social, make it interactive. As you start looking and people are sharing photos, positive stories come out, and it's amazing what you can share within the community as you're all there celebrating. Even though they're past, you're still celebrating those memories and the fact that you did have a relationship that was a very positive one in your life.
Yeah. I like to use the word celebrate because I'm going to be mindful of time, but I think we need to give ourselves permission to do just that. My uncle has been gone, and not a day. I don't miss him. Now, sometimes I get frustrated with him, as he would with me probably, but it's those things, right? And you may have 1,000 or 1,000,000 people in your lives, but there's always 1 or 2 or 100 that just are significant, and at times their presence is there, their absence is always missed. So is it that we talk about the grief and the stages? Is that something that we should know? If not, does it matter? What are they? How does it if only if you think it's worthwhile.
Well, there are 5 stages that are described as denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance. And I think the last is always the hardest. Again, I think because we don't necessarily move on from grief or get over it, but we can learn and allow ourselves how to let it be part of our life, how to survive it. And that's sort of that dilemma. That's always the conflict and what we strive for, because it's only when you can embrace grief that we can survive it. And I think, again, that's where at Memory Circle, we're constantly trying to encourage people to just please be flexible with yourself, and understand that there are these different stages and you will go through them at different times. And no one is exactly the same.
Are they, to your mind, are they linear? You go from one to the next, to the next, to the next?
No, sadly. I wish there was some, book. Even probably one of the most common questions is, well, how long is this going to last? How long am I going to feel this way? And that's sadly an unfortunate question that can't be answered. And that's why I think we focus on the strategies. Well, how can we manage through? And on those overwhelming days, what strategies do we have in place for ourselves to be able to get through it and get to that next day?
So I guess what I'm hearing you say is that we may go through those stages and then we'll go back to one. Let's say we get to acceptance, spend X time, whatever that is. Each person is different, as you shared. And all of a sudden, you find yourself back, angry, or
And that could come on just because of a trigger, such as a holiday. You might get angry. Well, gosh, I wasn't the one cooking the turkey. That was always someone else's job. There can be those what I'll call little flare-ups that may send you into a different stage.
And I think that's where those of us that are around that person need to stop, like, okay, what is happening? He's or she is not normal like that. Something, and we don't see it. We only see that thing at that moment, and it could be the smell of the rain. It could have been a particular song or a word. Who knows, right? It could be a succession of things, and yet here's this person in your mind. Oh, just what the reels today. But why? So in that instance, is there any advice that you give to us so that we're not insensitive to that person who seems like at that moment might be throwing a tantrum as an adult, or I don't know, whatever word we put in there, just having not the best moment at a time?
Sometimes I find people will respond very, you don't necessarily have to say anything to that other individual. Being a good listener, an active listener, holding their hand and just letting them be, let grief be grief for them at that moment. And again, everyone's experience with grief is different. If you haven't experienced it personally, say the loss of a spouse or the loss of a parent or the loss of a child, we can only put ourselves so far into someone else's shoes. And so sometimes I find being an active listener and just being beside them, even in silence, can be very powerful.
And the perhaps the final thing I'll ask, and I certainly invite you to share with us, because for some of us, we may just need to stop in, and I say it this way, a reminder, in a similar vein, friends reach out and say, listen, there are people who are traveling now to Cayman or will be traveling other places. If you go to AA or you're in grief counseling or in similar things, ensure that you seek out, if you haven't done beforehand, when you get where you're going, seek out just in case. Would that be good advice, whether it's grief, AA, or any sort of support thing that you do while you're here, where here is, and you're going there? Make sure that thing is, if it's a phone call even, would that be good advice?
Absolutely. Again, you don't want someone to become so overwhelmed with their own emotions and not necessarily having an outlet, which is why it's wonderful to have services available to our community and our extended families.
Okay. So for the member circle, for those who want to maybe find out more, tell us about it. Is it a drop-in? Do you make an appointment? Is it a chauffeured, service?
So Memory Circle occurs on the second Wednesday of every month, 6:30 to 7:30 p.m. at Jasmine Villa. We have a calendar that's available, and I am happy to share that.
Yes, please.
We also make sure we put that on the website so people can plan their time and know what might resonate best with them, depending on their particular situation. But at least it is a recurring group session for anyone to attend. I do like to have an idea of participation, and folks can certainly email me, jill@jasmine.ky. Happy to send those calendars out that way. I send out the topic that we are going to be discussing to a distribution list. And so it's nice to know what numbers are coming. But yes, they can email me at jill@jasmine.ky. They can visit the website www.jasmine.ky and look at other types of bereavement support that is available. But yes, Memory Circle, second Wednesday of every month, 6:30 to 7:30 at Jasmine Villa.
Once a month?
Once a month.
Second Wednesday?
Second Wednesday.
What time again?
6:30 p.m. to 7:30 p.m.
All right. Well, for the individuals that may be, on their way from work, it may be that little afternoon, evening time where there's so it's just stop in. Email you first would be good. That way the coffee will be fresh. Pastries might be, I don't know.
They'll be fresh.
No.
I've done a little baking here and there for sure.
and this is where having that fellowship, my words, help people to realize that they don't have to carry it on their own. There are others who we surprisingly may have a very, very similar sort of experience, as sad and unfortunate that they're feeling that way. But they're not alone.
No.
There is support.
Better together, that's what I always say.
I like
it's about community and gratitude. That's what we want to get to, and we want to offer that encouragement.
Yeah, and I'm glad that you came in, and I recognize that we're going to put on a good face, many of us. We're going to do that for whomever and whatever. But we are mindful. We are feeling something inside, and it'd be good to have others who are around us for that time to just share, if we choose.
Absolutely. And I hope I see some new faces come 2025.
All right, well, if we can help, I think the more resources that are there to genuinely help people, it's often said, you don't value, the bucket of water, ever drop when you have to carry the bucket yourself. You do. That's important.
Yeah, well said.
Thank you so much, Miss Jill. A very safe and enjoyable Christmas. Thanks for, people and volunteers and staff at Jasmine and similar agencies that reach out to our community and extend a resource, especially now when it's hard to put on a smile sometimes, even for some of us, huh? All right, well, we'll see you in the new year.
Yes, of course. And thank you for this opportunity. All the best to you and your family.
Thank you. You're most welcome. All right, Susan, I have a challenge for you. All right, we're going to do something at some point with someone, somewhere. Probably so. But first, a fantastic team from the fire service will be here, so let's join them right after the break. Stay tuned.
Are you planning a social, an office party, or event over the holiday season? Make the most of your holiday party and leave the catering to Subway. Choose from small and large sandwich platters, double meat wrap platters, and top it off with optional cookie platters for dessert. Or ask about our Subway Box to Go with the option of a 6-inch or foot-long sandwich, 1 cookie, and 1 bag of chips. Cater your holiday parties with Subway. Visit subway.ky for menu options. Subway, eat fresh.
Accidents and illnesses can strike without warning. Ouch! When it comes to urgent care, every second counts. At Doctors Hospital, we have a dedicated team of experienced doctors and nursing staff available to you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Don't waste time in an overcrowded emergency room when you need urgent care. Whether it's a broken bone, a severe infection, or a sudden illness, trust in Doctors Hospital's unwavering dedication to providing the best immediate care. For complete urgent care when you need it the most, choose Doctors Hospital, located in Georgetown, 16 Middle Road.
Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas!
Bobo Sana, where you going?
I'm heading to Cellular World on West Bay Road at Baytown Plaza, the old Merritt Plaza.
You driving safe, right, Bobo Sana?
Oh, yes! Cellular World is open late, so I can skip the daytime traffic. This is where I go to fill my sack with phones, speakers, headsets, and all kind of phone cases and screen protectors.
Bobo Sana, you got any space in that sleigh ride to carry me with you? I want to buy some phone and accessories too.
Hop on in and let's go to Cellular World. Open late, 5 phones and lots of electronic gadgets for Christmas and beyond. This Christmas, make it Cellular World. Ho, 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 ho.
A caring and community spirit, cherished family and cultural values. These are some of the things that still embodies the Caymanian way of life in the Eastern Districts today. Savannah Pharmacy, your neighborhood pharmacy, located in Countryside Shopping Village, is delighted to offer products and services of real value. Whether it's catering to your family's medical needs or carrying apparel, gifts, and beauty products, Savannah Pharmacy provides you with more than just prescriptions. Remember, they're always just around the corner with everything your family needs and convenient opening hours, including Sundays and holidays. Savannah Pharmacy. For more information, call 946-3336.
Prescription refills made easy at Savannah Pharmacy. WhatsApp your prescription refills to 929-5045.
Kay's Fine Jewelry, luxury with a family touch. This holiday season, make memories sparkle with Kay's Fine Jewelry. From diamond rings to their Caribbean-inspired turtle collection, find gifts as unique as our beautiful Cayman Islands. Enjoy a beverage with your holiday shopping and find out why Kay's Fine Jewelry is ranked #1 for shopping in the Caribbean. Take advantage of exclusive holiday discounts on engagement rings, men's jewelry, their iconic Flexi jewelry collection, or explore their luxurious watch selection featuring top brands like Hamilton and Rado. This holiday season, shop Kay's Fine Jewelry, where luxury meets the heart of the Caribbean. Kay's Fine Jewelry, located on Albert Panton Street, across from the House of Parliament.
Reflections annual countdown to Christmas sale is on now. Ladies, save 50 to 75% off selected fashion clothing, selected Adidas, Puma, and Nike sneakers discounted from 25 to 50% off. Make your gift giving super easy this year by getting Reflections gift certificates for everyone on your list. Converse kicks starting at $25 and bargains galore throughout the store. Guys, cargo pants, big and tall, $5.50. Levi's and selected Docker pants, 25% off. Every purchase above $49 at Reflections gives you the opportunity to win 2 free tickets to any Cayman Airways destination of your choice. Open Monday to Thursday, 9 a.m. till 8 p.m. and Friday and Saturday, 9 a.m. until 9 p.m. Shop Reflections on Shen Road beside the Mango Tree.
See yourself in Reflections.
Reflections, always driving down prices.
Welcome to story time.
Ho, 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 ho. Merry Christmas.
Is it Christmas yet?
Looking not today, Bobo.
Hey, it's DJ Lynn, and in the true spirit of the season, just want to wish you and your family peace and joy, wishing you all the gifts of love, friendship, and good health. May love, hope, and happiness be yours at this holiday season and always. Happy holidays and season greetings with all the best for the new year.
Ho, 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 ho. Merry Christmas.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Hey, welcome back, and thanks very much for joining us. I'm truly honored to be able to sit in the company of 2 of the excellent members of the Cayman's Fire Service. To you and your colleagues, if we could say publicly, thanks for what you're doing, not just the competence, but the fact that you show up and you are able to do it with the way you do it. So, really appreciate it. Merry Christmas to you all, but thank you for what you do.
Thank you, and Merry Christmas to you.
Same to you.
All right, well, we got Mr. Roger Manderson Jr. and his colleague, Mr. Devontae Wright. Gents, at some point, if it's, as we talk about our fire, safety campaign over the holidays, if we can chat maybe at some point before we close out, invite our younger people, male and female, as they're looking at graduating maybe this year or they're going to graduate next year, to consider the fire service as a possible career. If you are willing to make that appeal, I certainly want to invite you to do so.
Of course.
Mr. Manderson, do we start with you first, sir?
Sure.
All right, well, I think one of your colleagues are going to join us shortly.
This is James Borden joining us shortly.
Okay, well, we find that this is not a gated community, right? The door is open and welcoming, and despite the cameras, we can make it happen whenever Mr. Borden wishes to join us. But it's Christmas, and I think a lot of people sadly take a lot, maybe too much for granted. Fireworks, food, the idea that all the fun, we forget sometimes that things happen,
right?
And we don't want bad things to happen at any point. So, welcome, Mr. Borden. You sit down. We can have a chat with you, man. Good to see you.
Thank you, sir.
We had sent the limo to pick you up, but they got confused, man. Just kidding. How are you, sir?
Not too bad, sir. And yourself?
Oh man, look at me, handsome, tall, smart. I mean, any better? I'll be a twin. That's good stuff, right?
Yeah, that's good stuff, sir.
Only missing chocolate now. All right, well, Mr. Manderson Jr. was going to set us the discussion. If that's okay, if not, we'll follow your lead, sir.
Yeah, so today we wanted to come on air and talk about fire safety during the holiday season. As you mentioned before, people can get kind of carried away and lost in the fun. Fireworks and stuff like that. We're fortunate enough to be in a country where you can just go on the side of the road, buy fireworks, and a lot of people don't read the labels, and they just go and do anything, willingly, as we all grew up doing. We also want to talk about propane safety. We're going to be talking about Christmas lights, candles, a bunch of things we'll be talking about. Fire alarm safety, making sure that everything is functioning properly throughout the holidays, and not only the holidays, throughout the whole year, right?
And I appreciate you sharing that, because this is something that we should probably put an emphasis on this time, because there's probably more candles and more fireworks and more lights, but these are things that every day, all year round, would be safe and sensible.
Right, because like I say, not only at Christmas time, but people like sending candles throughout the year.
Mm-hmm.
So you want to make sure that when you're using candles and stuff like that, obviously don't have it near hanging curtains, drapes, or anything like that. because it's near the windows and stuff like that. You want to make sure that they're in a sturdy and steady holder. They don't tip over. You don't want to leave them burning while you're going to sleep, stuff like that.
Yeah. In saying that, and I want to be sensible or very sensitive, that sometimes the candle, for instance, we'll put it down. This is a good spot for it, without being cognizant that those curtains or whatever they call that piece of fabric somewhere.
Right.
Yeah. It may be closer than we realize. Maybe the fan is on. Maybe the door will open and all of a sudden a little bit. Who knows, right?
Right, and especially if you burn it in a relatively small space, you got carbon monoxide coming from it as well. So you don't want to go sleep. It's a small amount, but over time it can build up, and you don't want to fall asleep in an environment like that, right?
Thank you for sharing that, because I don't know to what extent we stop to think, well, it's a candle, But the little bit I remember paying attention to school, smoke, fire, stuff coming off.
Right.
Carbon monoxide. It doesn't have to be a car or a running generator.
Exactly.
It could be this little thing.
A little flame. That's not small flame. Like I say, it's a small amount, but it still build up over time, and you'll definitely don't want to be in an environment like that.
Okay, Mr. Wright, it's not that common sense and people are not sensible. Sometimes, as Mr. Manderson shared, we're excited, man. We getting the food on the stove. We expecting company. We're just a little bit less attentive. Your thoughts about this time of year and this fire safety campaign?
Yeah, I feel like it's not that people are being negligent intentionally. It's just misinformed or lacking information, and like all the things that Roger mentioned, these things that aren't well known to the public is a part of the reason why we're here. Like you said earlier, it's not just in the Christmas time, but right throughout the year. Ensuring that you have extinguishers if you're grilling and stuff outside, using propane tanks for your grills, ensuring that your smoke detectors in your house work, and things like that. The Christmas time, though, obviously, this is a time of year where more of those hazards are present, with the fireworks and candles and Christmas trees and all the lights and all that stuff. But these things that we're trying to inform the public on, fire safety is a pretty serious thing, and if we can prevent these things from happening in the first place, we would have less incidents throughout the year. So,
Mr. Borden, sir, welcome again. And as we go into our break in a minute or two, what would you like to say initially?
Initially, I'd like to say that this campaign that we're launching here, it's very important, and the public needs to be aware. And just to step back a bit, that Roger was covering some areas there with candles. I would like to take this opportunity to maybe offer some safety tips as well for candle. I would say candles, make sure that the holders that you use are non-combustible holders. Never use or keep candles away from Christmas trees, etc., that sort of stuff. And those things, by doing those things, you prevent fires.
So minimize the potential for a fire. All right. When we come back from the news, I want to ask a couple of things that you reference. Fire extinguishers, for instance. Is a fire extinguisher a fire extinguisher, or are there differences? And if so, what are they, and which ones should we have? Should we have more than one? What size? It's different things. And then Christmas trees. For me, growing up, it was an artificial Christmas tree. After we moved away from the one that we cut down about us, right? But now, man, we import them.
Yeah.
So is one more at risk of, fire? And if so, how? And then where the lights, and could we ask about some of those things? Maybe understand them a little better.
Sure.
All right, and I would invite the listeners, if there's a particular fire-related question in terms of safety, well, if they ask the question, we'll try to answer it. If not, we send it to a committee stage and we'll get back to them by April 30th. We're going to pause and take that break. When we come back, more talk today.
From Radio Cayman's newsroom, this is Headlines. Local, regional, international news.
The Headline News is brought to you by Kirk Market and Health Services Authority.
It's the height of the flu and cold season, and there are 3 vaccination clinics this week. There's one today and another Friday from 2 to 4 at the district health centers and the Smith Road Medical Center, as well as on Saturday from 1:30 to 5:30 p.m. at Countryside Fosters. In international headlines, Palestinian medics say Israeli airstrikes on the Gaza Strip have killed at least 20 people. One of the strikes overnight and into this morning hit a tent camp in the Muwasi area, an Israel-declared humanitarian zone, killing 8 people, including 2 children. Outgoing U.S. President Joe Biden announced today that he is commuting the sentences of 37 of the 40 people on federal death row, converting their punishments to life imprisonment just weeks before President-elect Donald Trump, an outspoken proponent of expanding capital punishment, takes office. The move spares the lives of people convicted in killings, including the slayings of police and military officers, people on federal land, and those involved in deadly bank robberies or drug deals, as well as the killings of guards or prisoners in federal facilities. It means there are just 3 federal inmates now facing execution. Those are your headlines. I'm April Cummings.
More news available at www.radiocayman.gov.ky. Check out our social media pages: Facebook, YouTube, X, formerly Twitter, Radio Cayman Headline News.
Do you have a healthcare question but not sure who to ask? Contact HSA's Patient Call Center to speak to one of our experienced clinical team members. We are here to answer your questions and help guide you through your healthcare journey. Need to make an appointment? Our team can help. Contact HSA at 949-8600 or email info@hsa.ky. At HSA, we are committed to caring for you.
Kirk Market's 12 Days of Gift Cards is back. Each day, 12 lucky customers will win a $100 Kirk Market gift card just for shopping at Kirk Market. Ho, ho, ho! You heard that right. Every day for 12 days with 12 lucky winners each day. Come in December 11th through the 24th and shop. You could win. And there's no minimum required. It's that easy. It's Kirk Market's 12 Days of Gift Cards. December 11th through the 24th. The countdown to Christmas is on at Kirk Market.
Radio Cayman is pleased to feature this special Sister Islands historical vignette brought to you by the Ministry of District Administration and Lands. Explore your history, explore your land, explore your Sister Islands.
The Spellman McLaughlin home, a historic residence in Creek, Cayman, stands atop a small hill along Creek Road. Constructed from 1926 to 1930 under the meticulous supervision of Spellman McLaughlin. The home was built using timber from Mobile, Alabama and Pensacola, Florida, and features unique architectural elements such as a 3-gable roof and full-section log posts. The home, designed with 8 exterior rooms around a central dining room, was a refuge during the devastating 1932 hurricane, sheltering 130 people and remaining largely intact despite the storm's destruction. Today, the home, which received the Award of Distinction for the preservation of historic places in 1999, has been restored by Dan and Lisa Scott, who replaced the zinc roof with original cedar shingles, preserving its historic charm.
Radio Cayman is pleased to feature this special Sister Islands historical vignette brought to you by the Ministry of District Administration and Lands. Explore your history, explore your land, explore your Sister Islands.
Explore your history, explore your land. Explore your Sister Islands, the ultimate staycation experience. Your culture, your freedom, the land that time forgot isn't gone. It's your Sister Islands.
Discover all that our Sister Islands have to offer.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Thanks very much for joining us as we invite you to be a part of the discussion. Thanks not just to the professionalism and competence, but the way that our members at the Cayman's Fire Service so diligently, valiantly serve our community. I think if there's a uniform that we would wear, I think this would be one of them,
Yeah.
Coast Guard could be the other one. That might be a nice one.
That's a cool job,
Yeah, that would be nice, especially if you could take a fishing line up now and again.
100%.
There you go. But we're not saying that yet. When I become governor, we'll fix it. But in light, sort of jest, but it's all so intended for us to take on board the seriousness of it. And as we speak to Roger Manderson Jr. and his colleague Devontae Wright from the Cayman Fire Service, this safety campaign that you're on, as you reminded us, good practices all year, but especially now, more candles. There are Christmas trees, at least lit. We may keep them up all year, but this is the only time we'll keep them lit, I think.
Right.
And then all the other things that are happening. Share with us. I was asking about, fire extinguishers and then Christmas trees. If it's worthwhile. Fire extinguisher, are there particular ones that we should have? If so, what kind or kinds?
Yeah, in regards to the fire extinguishers, we normally recommend using what we call the ABC fire extinguisher. So that basically covers your ordinary combustibles like plastics, rubbers, papers, and stuff like that. The B section covers liquid flammables or flammable liquids. Gasoline, some of the things that we use on a day-to-day basis, and then C classes for electrical, right? So to your point, we got this time of year, we got people putting up all kind of decorations, putting circuit overload as a big risk, or up on the top factor there, you got lights. You say, oh, just string 10, 15 strings of lights, and then, not realizing that it's drawing a bit of current. So, we want to be mindful of that as well. And in regards to the Christmas trees, just actually my first year getting a live Christmas tree and realizing how much you need to water it. Like almost every other day, you need to be putting in at least 4 or 5 cups of water in the little base there. So you can see that these Christmas trees do need heavy watering, and you want to be vigilant and cognizant of that, because, like I say, it was like the first day I had it, put on the decorations and everything, and I said, oh yeah, I'll probably check in 2 days, and I check, it dry. You know what I mean? I said, cheat. So I make it a routine every other day. You double check it, make sure it's watered, because the lights can get hot. You don't want that,
And I'm glad you referenced that, because maybe, and especially if the space we're in is air conditioned, that may dry it out faster.
Right.
And then let's take a brush fires, for instance. I don't know why we use such a term, because it's not a euphemism in itself. It's new.
Right.
But that tree now gets drier. It could make it that much easier to ignite.
Right, and then the type of tree it is, the small little veins and stuff on it. If you ever try to burn an old Christmas tree and see how fast it catches, you light the bottom, whoop, and it in seconds is fully engulfed, right? So you definitely want to make sure, if you have a live Christmas tree this year, make sure you water it at least every other day. Keep it topped up, because sometimes you might fall asleep watching Die Hard or something, like a good Christmas movie like that, and you
fall movie,
right? And then you fall asleep and you realize you left your decorations on, and all night tree getting hot and stuff like that. So we definitely want to make sure we keep on top of things.
I'm not going to tell you buy one or the other, but then a Christmas tree, an artificial one, those plastic ones that that's the real Christmas tree.
Right.
A bit safer, maybe, or are there particular concerns that we should take on board?
Well, I would say with those artificial Christmas trees, I do not know for sure, but I know that there's a higher chance of it melting before it becomes fully engulfed like a real live Christmas tree.
So you may have that melting, you don't realize it. Carbon monoxide, possibly?
Right, and it's plastic.
Plastic?
Right? So even if it's starting to melt, it's still giving off fumes.
Okay.
Right? So that's another hazard that you can look out for. But in terms of ignition temperatures and stuff like that, obviously we're not the manufacturer of the trees or anything like that. And obviously you can't tell with a live tree, but you still wouldn't want to leave your decorations on, the lights plugged in while you're going to sleep. That's always a hazard. We don't want to leave those things on.
Right. As we speak to Roger Manderson Jr. and his colleague Devontae Wright from the Cayman Fire Service, thanks for taking a minute out of your extremely demanding schedule to just remind us, as you shared, this time of year, probably the only time of year that we're going to have Christmas trees up, lit. Whether or not we keep them decorated, put them in the closet, I'm not saying that you should or should. But be ever present that thing doesn't become, a safety hazard, a fire hazard. What about propane? You referenced that. I mean, we're probably using it. We got it delivered. Any particular safety tips, any concerns that you want to draw attention to?
Yep. As we mentioned before, this time of year, people doing a bunch of cooking, expecting company, so we cooking up all kinds of things. We got, and the stove can't handle it. So then we get propane, we get the little famous 20-pound cylinders. We get our little cooktop outside, or some people even cook inside, which is a big, big no-no. We don't want to be using propane or having the propane tank itself inside your home. You always want to make sure it's installed professionally by one of the two companies here on island. So we want to make sure that if you are using propane, make sure it's outside. I know sometimes it could be raining, or it could be a bit windy and you blow out the fire and it could become a nuisance, but I would say your safety is the top priority here, so we want to make sure you use it outside.
With relation to propane, if I use the wrong type of thing, you make sure I understand it. But two things, as you said, Mr. Anderson, don't keep the propane tanks inside, even the small ones.
Right.
You want to secure it from the weather, but don't put it in your closet. Where's the best place then to keep it?
Well, the thing about it, the tank itself can be stored outside. You're not gonna hurt the tank by a little bit of rain or anything like that. Not gonna hurt the tank. In terms of the grill itself, as long as it's disconnected, you can store it inside if you want. Right? There's no propane hooked up to it, so you can store it inside.
So for whatever reason you want to keep it in, make sure the actual tank filled or not filled. It doesn't matter. Is one state more combustible, more dangerous, flammable?
Well, also if it's full, you would have also more propane in there and whatnot, right? So we definitely don't want to keep it inside if it's full. But we don't advise you to practice anyway, because even if it's empty, it still has gas in it. It's the vapors and stuff still in it. It might not be liquid, but you still have gas in it. So there is a fire, and that will become a major hazard.
So some people have a covered park, and it's in a closed garage or a carport, and only because recognizing our discussion and some of the things we're talking about, I ask friends, well, I bought this thing, I want to keep it good, because if I keep it in good condition, it reduces the chance of it, being defective.
Right.
They put it in the garage.
Right.
But the car is in the garage.
Cars in the garage, and a lot of people, if you look at house designs today, you have your electrical panel in there. Big hazard. Obviously, that's why they have the the electrical panel door and stuff like that. But those are the things we want to try to keep it away from any enclosed space. But I do understand and recognize that people want to keep their tanks good and stuff like that. But unfortunately, outside in a closed container is the best place. But we do recognize as well that people steal tanks and all that kind of stuff. So it
came out of before.
Yeah.
All right. So not inside, not in the garage. Maybe a garden shed potentially.
Maybe a garden shed would be better. But like I said, we want to keep it in a ventilated cage, right? So if you notice, if you go into the gas stations or anything like that, you would see them outside in those cages, locks and so on like that. I don't know, not everyone's going to buy one of those, but that's the recommendation.
And the reason why I ask is because I'm thinking a garden shed probably gets hot.
Right.
That could be a hazard potentially.
Yeah, definitely. Raise the temperature in the tank and raise the pressure in the tank rather. And if it's full and if it gets hot enough, it can relieve. So it has a special valve on there that relieves some of the pressure in the tank. So obviously, if it's the pressure is being released, that's propane coming out of there as well.
Okay, so with that valve, let's say you store it outside, maybe outside of your porch, ventilated area.
Right.
Do you keep it closed? Do you keep that valve open to keep it vented, or will that lose your propane?
So
storage safety is what I'm asking.
Right. Yeah. So generally, when you're storing your tank, you would keep it. You turn it off. Because there's two types of valves on there. The valve that actually for when it's in operation, and there is a spring-loaded valve called a relief valve, right? So that's only operated by pressure being built in the tank. So you can't open that valve manually, right? So it's a special design valve.
That'll do it itself automatically.
That'll do it itself. So it'll relieve some of the pressure. Once the pressure is gets low enough, the valve will automatically close.
Okay.
Right. So when you're storing it, you just make sure it's off. But that relief valve I'm talking about there, that's automatic. So.
And through both of you, I wanted to then ask. We see some people have these little stoves or burners, and there's a little cylinder, different sizes, whether it's butane or and they're connected just to cook. Is there anything in particular about that use, whether in or out, or its operation, that maybe we inadvertently putting ourselves at risk?
I think the same guidelines apply.
Okay.
The smaller container so less content. But you still have to be mindful when it comes to storage.
Okay.
And another safe practice is, you know, paying attention to what you're doing when you're cooking. Not leaving open flames in the stove unattended, keeping flammable items away from the stove, away from flames.
Right. So, Mr. Wright, with that, and the other thing is when we're looking at how we're using our spaces, I don't want to say common sense, but just being extra cautious. You got more things happening. Maybe there's a thing on outside on the grill. You got the oven on, plus you got the stove cooking up something. Don't leave it unattended.
Right.
Not even for a second.
You know, Christmas time, you got a lot of family and friends around. So there's a lot going on, a lot to pay attention to. Little kids running around. You know, you want to practice safety also with, you know, your pots and pans on the stove. Making sure that, you know, you pay attention to, you know, if you have little kids around and stuff. You don't want your handles hanging off the edge of the stove with hot oil or hot food. There's chances of that, you know, being bumped and knocked over. You don't want anybody to, you know, put themselves in a position where, you know, they could be burned, not only by flames, but, you know, hot pans, stoves, containers.
Okay.
Whether you're doing catering or whatever it is.
All right, as we speak to the team members over the Cayman Fire Service and the, you know, sort of fire safety campaign, especially over this holidays, we got Roger Manderson Jr. and Mr. Devontae Wright. Can we then ask? I'm just thinking, you know, families or groupings have come together and we buy these, I know they call them chafing dishes. I don't think we got chafe, but or is it chafing? But you got this nice metal. There's some water and under it. There's a little gizmo that creates some heat.
Right.
At any particular, even if it's remote and improbable, but any risk or tips or things that we should consider when we're using them?
Yeah, I mean, those are similar tips that we would use for like a candle, right?
Okay.
Because you know how it usually come in a little small circle thing, it will kind of sit in that. It's pretty secure, but sometimes what I noticed that the flames could be quite look almost invisible, right? You just see the kind of
it's very blue if you look at it. It's very,
right,
yeah.
Right. So just be mindful. Obviously, if you see a big pan and whatnot, and somebody's removing the pan, make sure we're not hanging no tablecloths. If you're passing something over or anything like that, make sure nothing's hanging down into the flame, right? Because obviously, fire and cloth is a good mix.
Yeah, kind of. Nah, I'll leave that joke for that. And to say that, as Mr. Brett was sharing, here is this container.
Right.
There's water in it. It's probably hot. You took it out. You safely extinguished the little thing so that that's not going to be an issue.
Right.
But then it spills on you. You can get a nasty burn. You could injure someone that you care even more about. You know. So do we now look at where we're putting that and when we're moving it? Let it cool. It's probably heavy. Get help.
Get help.
Right.
Yep.
All right. You know, don't be like someone else. I can do it myself. Well, yes, of course you can.
Yeah.
But don't come crying later.
Yeah. It's better to have more hands.
Yeah.
You know, to be more cautious, more careful.
Can we ask about fireworks then? I don't know. I understand that there are times throughout the year people experience, unfortunately, some injury, even in this recent times leading up to the holidays. I don't know to what extent, as a public, we are aware of it, whether there's any publications. But in absence of that, two questions immediately. One, to what extent, if you can share, there are issues and incidents of injury throughout the year with fireworks and fireworks related, and then two, in helping us to appreciate the impact, what we can do. But is this something that is problem not just only over Christmas, or does it happen possibly from January to December?
Well, in Cayman, you know, traditionally we usually really use fireworks around the Christmas time, but throughout the world, you know, they have different countries that celebrate different events. You know, America is famous for the 4th of July, and you know, China is their New Year, and they're big on fireworks, obviously. But it's particular to the Cayman Islands. I would say around December is when we get the height of like those calls. You might get somebody that got burned, brush fires or anything like that. That's what we normally get around this time of year. As I would say, this week until maybe the first week of January. People letting off, you know, residual fireworks. You know, they spend all
I like how you put that,
right?
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, in regards to what tends to happen, we got the kids doing firework wars, Roman candles and stuff like that, holding it, and I mean, come on now, don't they? But
Susan never did that.
but yeah, you'll have that, and then one thing I noticed last year is where traditionally people go to the beach. 7 Mile Beach is a popular spot, and light off the fireworks, and sand is unstable, right? So it's not a stable surface where you light off these big fireworks at 56 shots at a time. And these are big cannons, so when they shoot off the base, the firework actually bunks sometimes.
All right. I'm glad you referenced that because it's nice, and New Year's Eve, many people will go to the beaches.
Right.
The commercial establishments going to probably have something to attract and sort of recognize and show appreciation to their patrons. Someone's going to go. But the sand is unstable. Some of us are unskilled.
Right.
We light it off and we expecting it to hit west out into the horizon.
Right.
Next thing you know, God forbid it comes back and...
Right.
Is there anything that we can and should be doing to ensure as much as possible some level of safety, and B, are there any rules, regulations, laws, protocols? I don't want people to be sanctioned and sentenced and in prison, but sometimes a little bit of sense can go a long way.
Yeah, I mean, there should be, that comes right down to many people more than me, I would say, but they're allowed to buy fireworks, right? But I guess the reason why they're allowed to, because they aren't commercial grade fireworks. So there are different types of fireworks that you can buy. As you would see, the ones that the big hotels are lighting off, those are done professionally. Those are commercial grade fireworks that not any and every civilian can purchase. So these fireworks aren't deemed as dangerous as the big commercial ones, but as you know, they're still dangerous. There's still fireworks. There's still explosions going off. So we have a few things we would try to make people keep in mind. I know the beach is crowded, but we want to try to light it as far away as from people as possible. We want to try to say 200 feet, but else, people standing right next to each other lighting off fireworks. Yeah. So it's something that that's very hard to control, and I guess in the future, as we keep doing these talks and try to keep people aware of the dangers, that we will try to get some more regulations in. That maybe there's one specific spaces that you can light off fireworks, something like that. But I know it's tradition, so it's going to be hard to,
But balance it with sense of safety, because it's sad and it's world over, but here's this celebration, whatever that is, and we're enjoying it, and something happens, then all of a sudden, every year, every occasion like that, we have this loss.
Right.
And you cannot do that.
Right.
So either to you, Mr. Red and certainly Mr. Manderson Jr., from that perspective, you mentioned the fireworks wars. We see people holding the fireworks in their hands and just doing it. Any dangers there? Any things you could say to us that if you're going to do that, or don't do it, but if you do it this way? We don't want to curb people fun, but certainly don't want to.
I mean, the fireworks are man-made. They can go wrong. Might get a bad batch.
Okay.
I have seen it before.
Yeah.
It's good to do things like the ones that you're definitely not supposed to hold, don't hold them. The big cakes with a bunch of milligrams of gunpowder and all that stocked into the fireworks, total no-no. Like Mr. Manderson was saying about lighting off fireworks on the beach and the sand and stuff. Sand is not stable in the bog and stuff.
Yeah.
You want to make sure that you if you're lighting off fireworks there, you tuck it well down, keep it away as far away from people as possible. Keep in mind the trees around as well, because that's another thing. Wind direction is another thing as well, because a lot of the times we're around this time that we get brush fires and stuff on the coastline of the beach is when the fireworks go up, wind takes the embers and pushes them over to the trees, and that's where we get those brush fires and stuff. It's good to have water on the side. There's many things that you can do to prevent those
as you were
incidents.
sharing that, I'm thinking back to over the years, we may just go to the beach to watch it, but the firework being lit by this group or this individual, and then the other one's down fairly close. Probably not intentionally, hopefully very seriously and sensibly. They wanted to go out to see you, but it takes off and it does some of the thing and then it covers back.
Right.
Anything we can do to us watching to be careful of, but us lighting off specifically to mitigate that unfortunate thing that it takes the wrong turn and hits back into the crowd.
I think to Devontae's point here, you know, you want to make sure that if you're gonna light it off, make sure that it's stable. Some people would stick in the sand, light it and kind of run off, you know. And sometimes even that kick of the excitement of lighting and running, you might push the firework over and stuff like that. Make sure that, you know, whoever's lighting it is a responsible adult. You don't have kids lighting it off, things like that. I know they might want to get involved and be excited and stuff like that. But we want to make sure that we have that one, the firework is stable, pointing it out into the sea. You know, having some sort of extinguishment, water, if it's a fire extinguisher, something like that. If it does tend to come back and go into the brush, that's pretty much all you can do at the point to say, try to have fun but be safe at the same time.
Should we take some sort of leveling, whether it's a piece of plywood or something that put it on? We're going to the beach because that's where we want to be. Is there any we can take with us to kind of make that stand, you know, for the fireworks instead of just the unstable sand? Take something that we can put it on.
When I used to light off fireworks back in the day.
Man, yeah,
I know it wasn't that long ago, but for the fireworks, you know, the bigger ones are usually the ones that you have to load in one by one.
Right.
So those tubes, they're made of pretty thick cardboard, and the ones with more milligrams in the actual shot, they sometimes come in fiberglass. So what I would do, and this is you know, since I've joined the service and learned more about fire safety and all that, I would take blocks, 8-inch or 6-inch blocks, and drop them over the tube. To
stabilize it.
Stabilize it as best as I can. Putting it on a piece of play, I don't think I'll make a whole lot of difference on the beach, at least. In my experience, using a block is the best thing.
Okay. Yeah, thanks for sharing that, because I credit my two brothers in particular, but doing the same thing. Lighting off for the family. They got the blocks, they got the tubes, and if I followed what you're saying and hopefully remember what they do, they'll even stick some of the other ones into that tube, into the block, because then you're creating a space, right? And then the large one. Simple things that we, the adult, should be responsible in doing to ensure not just the safety but enjoyment. The final sort of question in relation to the operation or the use or the lighting of the firework. Do we have to be a certain age to buy them and to use them legally?
I don't think there's a certain age, but I generally think that they usually try to sell them to adults and so on. You know, I don't think a kid can come up and say, "Hey, I want to buy fireworks." You know,
especially the bigger ones. I mean, if kids want to come and buy the little pops or sparklers, sure, that wouldn't be a problem. But the, you know, bigger ones.
I didn't do an exhaustive search, right? And partly for a discussion, and partly because someone was trying to buy. It seems that there are those of us who believe, oh, you got to be, 18. So it doesn't seem to be, whether there is or not, any consensus and any awareness on our part. And I didn't seek out any legislation to find out there is, right? But there are a few of the vendors who said no, they don't sell it unless you're 18. That's their policy.
That's good.
I'm not gonna say that an 18-year-old isn't as responsible and mature as some others, because some 40-year-olds that we're not quite sure whether they're matured as yet.
Yes,
but that's
100%.
So let's be safe and sensible. And I like your suggestion. Maybe we can find some substitutes. We can find some things.
Disposing of the fireworks.
We want to talk about.
I want to ask you that.
You want to take that?
Yeah, sure. I mean, after fun is done, and hopefully everyone had a safe and time on the beach. We want to make sure that we dispose of the fireworks properly. We really recommend that you douse the fireworks with water for at least an hour. Make them soak for at least an hour before you throw them in the bin. Because sometimes we light them off and say, oh, it's done, looking it cool, throw it away. It's still hot, still has embers and stuff like that. You could throw it in a big dumpster full of plastics and other trash, and have a good dumpster fire to do your s'mores over. But
it won't taste that good, right? I mean, so don't do that. So douse them down, but also take them don't leave them on the beach. Don't leave them in the parking lot. Don't leave them in your backyard.
Right. Definitely clean up after yourself. And I guess it's a little tourism plug, but the beach is what sells this island, right? The beautiful water and the beautiful sun. After the New Year's, a lot of people are coming down to look in and run away from the cold. And you don't want them to be walking on the beach on January 1st and see, a bunch of fireworks, scraps and stuff over the place. Take pride in yourself. Take pride in your island. And clean up after yourself.
And don't dump in the ocean either.
Right, that doesn't help.
I've seen that before. Don't throw the fireworks in the water. Don't.
It's some people hearing that might go, well, yeah, but then some people might be offended. But I'm glad that we're sharing it because we just need sometimes to be reminded. So we finish with it, douse it down, soak it good so that it's out completely.
That's right.
And then take it and properly put it somewhere because, yeah, we used it and spent. It looks okay, but it could create a fire in our dumpster. It could create a fire in our garbage can.
Right.
Who knows? And then that is more problems. I want to thank you all, not just for coming in today and talking about fire safety, but amazing work. I mean, I don't want to, single out Mr. Charlton by any means, but he probably remember Mr. Nixon, Mr. Grant, and others. So, as we close, I want to thank you. I want to ask you to share anything, but I'm reminded to also ask if there is fire safety emergency of the sorts. What do we do as the people around there? Who do we call?
Well, if you have if it's an emergency, obviously you can call 911 for immediate action. But you just have a question that you would like to be answered, anything, or you want us to come visit, do safety talks, you can email us at firesafetyinspections@gov.ky, and we'll be happy to help and answer any questions you may have.
All right. Thanks very much, Mr. Wright, sir. Yeah. Any final thoughts for you today?
All the points that we covered, it's for your own safety. We practice them as well.
Yeah.
I know before I joined the service, I was unaware of a lot of these things. I've been in the service now 5 years. Share these things with your friends, your family. It's only for your safety.
Yeah.
This time of year, we want everybody to have fun and be safe. Prevention is better than cure, as the old folks would say.
Yeah.
And,
people like Mr. Magnuson Sr. Don't tell him I said that. No, you can tell him I said that. But I really, really thank you all because many of us are going to be enjoying our time off. You guys got to work. Many of us are going to be out enjoying it. You guys going to be on call.
Right.
And responsive. So I'm hoping that us can make your lives a lot easier by making our lives a lot safer and more sensible. Whether it's fireworks, whether it's the candles, whether it's the Christmas tree, whether it's the multiple pots on the stove or whatever. I'm hoping that people will heed your advice at any point throughout the year or throughout the season. If we can give a message out, please let us help you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Well, as Susan said, they say in the back, Feliz Navidad. No, but thanks very much. Have a wonderful, safe, and enjoyable Christmas. Any extra chocolates, just bring them across here. We got people that really came on that will take care of them for you. You don't have to get the fat grams or the calories. Don't worry about that. We will eat them for you. Okay?
All right, man.
All right.
As long as they're good quality. Otherwise,
quality.
Send them across to Miss Sandra and them over there.
No.
At Bobo. That is easy. Thanks very much, sir.
Thank you very much.
All right. We're going to pause and take a break. What are we going to do when we come back, Susan? Can we take some calls? Can we give you some stuff? Okay, I got some used clothes. No, I'm just kidding. You want to know what we're going to give you? Join us after the break.
Did you know ordering your favorite sandwich from Subway just got easier? Yeah, picture this. No more waiting in line. No more fussing with cash. Just a delicious taste of Subway at your fingertips. With our new app, ordering your go-to sub is as easy as a few taps on your phone. Plus, receive exclusive deals and earn loyalty points with every purchase made on the app. Download the new Subway app today and get ready to ditch the lines and drive straight into your flavor. Visit the App Store or Google Play Store on your mobile phone and search for Subway Cayman Islands. Subway. Eat fresh.
It's Christmas time in the Caribbean.
Christmas is all about the family. We travel from all over the world to be together as a family on Christmas Day. Returning home from college, visiting family overseas, the reunions, the hugs, tears of joy, showering your family with gifts and love. For generations, Cayman Airways has been honored to be part of these amazing memories. Cayman Airways, your ride home for the holidays. On behalf of the Cayman Airways family, we wish you and your family a very blessed and Merry Christmas.
Christmas spirit in the air, everybody dance.
Did you know that Doctors Hospital provides urgent care services 24 hours a day, 7 days a week? And Doctors Hospital's urgent care physicians have access to the most advanced MRI and CT imaging in the Caribbean, providing reliable diagnostics when you need it most. When you need quality urgent care for an illness or injury, Doctors Hospital is here for you 24/7. Whether it's a migraine, chest or abdominal pain, shortness of breath, broken bones, or another urgent need, Doctors Hospital at the top of Walker's Road. Urgent care right now.
Stay cyber secure with Cayman National. Here are a few tips that will benefit you. Ensure to log out completely when you finish any online banking activities. Be aware of phishing attempts and only click links from trusted sources that are sent from your device through emails and messages. Remember, Cayman National will never ask you for your credentials. If you suspect a fraud attempt or that your account has been compromised, please immediately contact our customer support team at 949-8300.
Now, more than ever, supporting your immune system is crucial to helping your body fight off illnesses like the common cold, the flu, and COVID-19. At ValueMed Pharmacy on Walker's Road and in Buttontown, we carry all the essential vitamins and minerals to help support your immune system and improve your overall health. Some of our top immunity support picks are vitamin C, vitamin D, zinc, elderberry, and quercetin, or the popular 7-in-1 immunity support. Our pharmacists are always on hand to help guide you and answer any questions. Visit ValueMed Pharmacy on Walker's Road or Buttontown. Live happy, live healthy with ValueMed Pharmacy.
Kirk Freeport's annual $40,000 Christmas sweepstakes is back once again. Simply spend $100 at your favorite Kirk Freeport store to enter to win one of 3 $5,000 cash prizes, one of 5 $1,000 cash prizes, and loads of other great prizes throughout December. And of course, the one you're all waiting for, the Rolex watch prize draw for all entries will be held on January 3rd. All purchases of $100 at any Kirk Freeport store before noon on Christmas Eve qualify for all remaining prize draws. Full details on kirkfreeport.com. Merry Christmas from everyone at Kirk Freeport.
Are you tired of hustling through traffic, trying to tick off your holiday shopping list? Pull into Reflections Hemp and Tobacco, across from Liquor for Less on the waterfront, for pure shopping pleasure. Open from 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. Monday to Saturday. Whether you're shopping for someone naughty or nice, over the age of 18, you'll find amazing deals during the annual year-end holiday and clearance sale. Check out the newly expanded store and enjoy the sights and savings. You can also get Reflections gift certificates, redeemable at Liquor for Less, Eastern Avenue Rubis, Jose's Rubis, Food for Less, Reflections Clothing Store, and Hemp and Tobacco. This could be the most fun you've ever had before the end of 2024. Must be over 18 to shop at Hemp and Tobacco.
See yourself in reflections.
Reflections always driving down prices.
Yes, reflection.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Hey, welcome back, and thanks very much for joining us. It's going to be open line, and as we take the call again on behalf of the Cayman Fire Service, their fire safety campaign, especially during the holidays, the advice is timely, it's absolutely beneficial. So let's take it on the board, and as is shared, better to be safe. Any questions, you can reach out to them, but we'll try to remind you as well as we take this call. Hey, welcome, thanks for sharing.
I know you're not giving away used clothes for Christmas.
No, I won't. My mom always told me, whenever you give somebody something, give them the very best that you have. So, but thank you for listening, and hopefully it brought a little bit of laughter to some, hopefully. How are you today?
Not too bad.
Okay.
Darling, are they doing a Christmas cleanup in the neighborhoods? That I see people putting all this stuff up by the road, washers and dryers and material and garbage and all that kind of stuff. Is there a truck that will be picking up stuff throughout the island between now and tomorrow? You know anything going on about picking up stuff throughout the island?
No,
the Christmas cleanup, they call it?
No, not the annual bulk waste cleanup, right? We're not doing that. We know that the Department of Environmental Health, through its director, Mr. Sims, I'd say they had shifted that now a while back to just be before the start of the hurricane season in order to help some of that. And that annual bulk waste cleanup is no longer. But you are correct. I see many places, many people still doing that. Now, whether that is inadvertent and habitual, whether people say, oh, don't worry, somebody will take it away. But there is the nice campaign that was ongoing where government provided funds for some to help with clean up around the roads and the lake. So that is happening, but I don't think it's would extend to the large removals or where people bring things to the roads as they would do for the annual bulk waste cleanup.
Yes, so I thought I heard them say that it was going to be changed and so forth.
It has been for a couple of years now.
Cleanup. So I don't understand why they didn't come back with it and remind people, or why people are not thinking and try to remember what is right from what is wrong.
Well,
because right now, Sterling, there's things out here on the streets throughout. This coming from Newlands into Georgetown. Stuff is here and there to be picked up, plus the regular garbage.
I'm wondering. Sorry, go ahead. Yeah.
Darling, I just hope that we don't have to keep calling this radio next year, talking about the same things over and over and over. Because this garbage, residential, business garbage, it needs to be fixed properly for our garbage men to pick up the garbage. What is going out our garbage? I do not understand what any government has done and is still doing to keep this garbage in a decent format. If it cannot be kept in a decent format, the government or whoever, environmental health, needs to make everybody keep their garbage in their backyard until the day for their garbage. They can't pick up this garbage because, Sterling, this still goes to my garbage collection. It got to go. It got to go.
Well, and I'm very appreciative that you're sharing that, and I tie it to what you're saying, where people have, whether it's washing machines or other household items, the kind of, for whatever better word, debris, garbage that people are putting out that they would be encouraged to put out when there is that annual bulk waste cleanup. But are people putting it out because they don't know any better in terms of that it's change? Are they putting it out because they know?
Sterling, they're putting it out because they don't care.
Okay.
And they say it will be picked up eventually, this year, next year, or year after. And I say that this need to stop this bulk waste pickup, period. Make everybody be responsible for their yard when they got something to take to the dump. There's a lot of removal trucks around this island that needs work, and they will be glad to drive around and pick up these things for a few dollars and take it down to the dump. You understand? Instead of sitting on the side of the roads every year. I know a couple of years ago, Sterling, when they had, the investment, they must have put it out too late after the time it was going to be picked up, whatever. And I was down there on, I think it was a Christmas day, doing a tour with some visitors off the cruise ship. Man, I never felt so embarrassed in my life to see what I crossed in your district that particular Christmas day many years ago on a tour. Because practically everything was closed. There wasn't nothing going on for these visitors to go and do anything but just drive. And what were they saying? A bunch of rubble, a bunch of garbage. We got to do something, man. We got to do something.
I hear your impassioned plea, and if the Honourable Minister for Tourism, Mr. Bryan, would allow me to commend him, and I say this with great love and admiration, as he has shared very deliberately, very directly, that there are behaviors. He first, to my attention, referenced it about people just dumping their cars along the side of the roads and scrapping it, and he said it was nastiness. And I thought, that's good, because we need to be reminded and not do that. And then when he references the behaviors, for instance, on the public beach, I think his word was disgusting, but as he expressed it, it's similar to it's not in keeping with, pride in our country. It's not in keeping with who we are as a people. But let me then ask you and others, if we're seeing behaviors like this, A, are we willing to do something to address it? And B, what will we do?
What will we do?
Mm-hmm.
We're not going to do nothing until some of us come out here crazy and act fool. And then I believe something will be done then. And that's not the right way to come out and get anything done.
Right.
We
So-
should not come and act crazy.
Yeah, so what I hear you saying is that seemingly we, the collective we, whether it's the authorities and however that's defined, we're going to wait until somebody does something egregious to sort of bring it to light. I agree with you, that's not the way, but why should you have to wait for that to happen?
Government after government, and our population keeps growing,
Mhm.
and there's no restrictions, there's no enforcement, no nothing.
Right.
Nothing. It's very lawless. This island is too lawless, and
Uh-huh.
it needs to be stopped.
Okay.
Because I said next 2 years, Sterling, going to the grocery stores, they're disrespecting you, letting doors off in front of you, trying to walk over you when when you're in line, and
Yeah.
all that kind of stuff. Sterling, I don't even know what Cayman product is anymore for this island, because when you drive down to Georgetown,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know what down there looked like, honest to God.
Yeah.
I don't have a clue what Georgetown looked like. It is a disgrace.
Yeah, I'm hearing you, man. And your last, the point just before that, relative to when you're going into the places and people just walking in, not just letting the door slam on you, but some of them are seemingly deliberately trying to close the door on you. You are right, and it's an unfortunate practice that seems to be becoming commonplace. What is happening and what is causing us, the collective members of society, to behave and act like that?
I know you don't want my answer. You better make someone else call and tell that answer, because
Okay.
I have a job.
Yeah.
I have a job on the 6th of January, but if you don't get the answer you want, believe me,
Mhm.
I will give it to you another
Well,
time.
Here's
But,
yes, go ahead, sorry.
But something needs to be done, because this is terrible.
Yeah.
And if we do not bring out that fingerprint machine to see who we're bringing in here that is lawless, and don't care how this island look, if they come from a place that's not being kept clean, why do you want to come to a place that is clean?
Yeah.
Why you want to come in and continue doing your garbage outside like you living in a garbage dump? This island's not a garbage dump. And
Yeah.
I do not understand how we can sit down here and say that if we don't build a pier, we're not going to get no boats coming to Cayman. I just got about 4 to 5 months schedule sent in to me on my phone. And that their schedules are almost practically full for the next few months of the coming year of 2024. You imagine? And they can tell us that we ain't got no boats coming to us next year. I mean, we got to be careful what we come and feed our people.
Well,
you understand? We got to be careful.
You're now reminding us we can or should perhaps trust what's being said, but maybe we need to verify it. We're going to take the break. Thank you for calling. Anything finally, or we'll chat with you again?
No, if I get hot enough, I'll call back. Bye.
Thank you too. Thank you too.
Bye. Talk to you soon.
I hope so. Thank you too. And if you listen to your passionate plea, maybe we can speak to when we come back. If you wish to take us in another direction, you're more than welcome to do so. Stay tuned for Talk Today.
This holiday season, Subway is serving up something sweet. Introducing the foot-long cookie. It's ooey gooey and packed with chocolate chip perfection. The ultimate sweet sidekick to your favorite sub, salad, pizza, or catering platter. Whether you're treating yourself or sharing the joy, the foot-long cookie is the perfect bite of holiday cheer. But don't wait. This limited time delight won't last forever. Visit one of their 7 locations, 4 of which are open 24 hours, and grab your foot-long chocolate chip cookie, because who says dessert can't go the extra mile? Subway, fresh for the holidays.
Oh, there's no place like home for the holidays.
Christmas is all about the family. We travel from all over the world to be together as a family on Christmas Day. Returning home from college, visiting family overseas, the reunions, the hugs, tears of joy, showering your family with gifts and love. For generations, Cayman Airways has been honored to be part of these amazing memories. Cayman Airways, your ride home for the holidays. On behalf of the Cayman Airways family, we wish you and your family a very blessed and Merry Christmas.
Looking for the perfect gift this holiday season? Look no further than Brand Source Home Gallery. From barbecue grills and pizza ovens to wine cellars, beverage centers, under-counter refrigerators, and ice makers, indoor or outdoor, we've got something for everyone on your list. And here's the best part. Enjoy 15% off all these amazing gifts from top brands, guaranteed to fit your budget. Don't wait. Stock is ready for pickup so you can give the gift of wine and dine this holiday season. But hurry. Sale ends December 31st. Visit Brand Source Home Gallery, Dorsey Drive, Industrial Park. Call us at 623-5000.
Freedom, Cayman Brack. Freedom, Little Cayman. Soft breezes, blue waters, no traffic. Unwind and rejuvenate your mind, body, and soul. Sister Island Staycations, a taste of freedom. Discover all that our sister islands have to offer.
Stay cyber secure with Cayman National. Protect your computers and mobile devices with security software to defend against cyber attacks through viruses, malware, and other online threats. Be aware of unsecure Wi-Fi connections when in public. If you need to access your online banking or sensitive information on your mobile devices, try disabling the Wi-Fi and switching to data from your mobile network. If you suspect a fraud attempt, please contact our customer support team at 949-8300.
Ho, ho, ho! Santa here, letting you know that I can't wait to see you all at my grotto at Bayshore Mall. I will be there with my friends from Kirk Freeport from Thursday the 19th December right up until Christmas Eve. Check kirkfreeport.com to see my daily schedule. I will be in my grotto in the afternoon each day, but earlier on Christmas Eve, Santa will have a special gift and sweet treats for every boy and girl, and Christmas music filling the air. Merry Christmas! See you soon at Bayshore Mall. Love, Santa and everyone at Kirk Freeport.
This holiday season, give the gift of sport and style. Winter Circle Sports has everything you need. Quality brands and unbeatable prices on the latest gear. New Christmas stock just arrived. Score big with European Football League jerseys from Adidas, Nike, Air Max, and Dunks. Jordan shoes and clothing. Vans, Authentics, and old school styles. Graphic tees and Levi jeans. Plus, take the advantage of early bird Christmas special. Enjoy 10% off gift cards and make holiday shopping even easier. Find them at 12 Walkers Road, Georgetown. Winter Circle Sports, always a step ahead.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Hey, welcome back, and thanks for joining us. And I'd like to say thanks to you for listening, and hopefully show great appreciation, for all. And as we get into, our last show for this year, it's always great to sit here and hopefully show not just our love and appreciation, but our respect as we facilitate and encourage the conversations. What do we do, Miss Susan? Do we take the call or do we ask something? All right. We have a couple of gift certificates we want to give away. Compliments to our good friends over at Reflections. It'll be usable across all of their, stores. Let me ask a couple of questions. All the locations, from the liquor store, the clothing, the gas, the whole 9 yards is there. And we got one from Blossom Day Spa that we'll just give. And now for the Reflections ones, we got some questions that we want to ask of you, and you answer them. Hey, you can get it. So this is a $25 gift certificate from our friends and wonderful advertising partner here at Radio Cayman over Reflections. It'll be good for their Reflections for Food for Less, their liquor stores, their food, their clothing, the gas, the whole, part of their group. So, first question. For the Reflections $25 gift certificate, if you can answer it correctly, how many Food for Less and where are they located? So, how many and where? We'll take this next call. Hey, welcome. Thanks for calling.
Sterling.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine.
It's good to hear from you. Thank you for listening.
You see how important it is. I'm up at the hospital waiting,
Mhm.
and I wanted this gift card to give one elderly lady who helps me. So I know Reflection is, I know of 3 location right now.
Okay.
3 or 4.
Okay, so the question is, how many, right, the Food for Less stores there are and where they're located, right?
One at airport, one Eastern Avenue, and one on the waterfront area.
Okay, yeah, so, but this is specifically the Food for Less, right? So is there 102? So.
One at airport, across from Foster's, Food for Less.
Mm-hmm. That's one, yeah. So how many are
And
there?
one by Mango Tree.
Okay, that's they do have a store there, but that's
Is
okay.
that Food for Less?
Right. Okay.
One on the
Well,
waterfront.
yeah, and again, here fantastic group of young entrepreneurs, the Fountain Boys working diligently, right? So thank you for that. Will we take the next call, Miss Susan, to see what that caller would be? So thank you. It would have been nice, as you said, a gesture to give it to somebody else. So it's a gift certificate from our friends and advertiser at Reflections. The question for a chance to win the gift certificate, correctly answer how many Food for Less locations and where they're located, right? So answer that and we'll give you the gift certificate. Fair enough. 949-837 949-6990. You can WhatsApp the call as well, 925-3261. And we'll answer it and share it with you. For us, it's about partnering with those and trying to ensure that we will say thanks in a special way. All right. What do we do? And we also have a gift certificate from Blossom Day Spa. Thanks to our team over in our sales, Ms. Kathy in particular, for organizing that one. So you want a chance to win the first one. The question to ask is, for the Food for Less, how many locations and where they're located? Give us the correct answer. You get a gift certificate. We'll also ask a couple of the questions, for the 4 of the gift certificates that we received from them. 949-837 949-6990. You can call those numbers. You can also WhatsApp call 925-3261, as well as you can call toll free at 1-800-534-8255, and we'll happily share with you, how it is to be a part of everything. And nothing venture, nothing gain, right? So you are able to answer correctly, maybe like the caller prior, take a chance. You never can tell. And as the caller alluded to, it's good to give. It's good to get sometimes too. But if we can give, whether it's out of our abundance or maybe it's out of our little, we can give. But we give with a loving, kind heart to help others, to bless them, to sow into their kingdom, to let them know that they're appreciated. All right, let's take this next call. Welcome.
Yeah, hello.
Hi, how are you?
Not too bad.
All right.
Plus I know it's only one Food for Less. That's one of my Foster's.
Okay, on McClendon. All right, well, that is a correct location, but there may be more than just that one.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. See that?
Okay.
Okay,
I call back. Call back. All right.
Thank you. We'll take the next call. Hey, welcome. Thanks for calling.
Hi, good afternoon.
Buenas tardes, mi amiga.
I think there are 2 Reflections Food for Less.
Mm-hmm.
One on McClendon Drive, which is near Foster's, and then I think they have one in Bodentown.
You see, that confidence that comes with such... You are correct, Ron. So there are 2 Food for Less, the one in McClendon Drive, and then the one in Bodentown.
Okay. So what are you going to give me for that, Sterling?
We have complimentary Reflections, and it's usable at all of their stores, whether it's the food, the liquor, the clothing, the gas. Any of their group of companies, you can use it. Now, just for audit and proper purposes, please allow us to take your details off here. Just stay on the line, and we'll get it for you. All right?
Okay.
Okay. And then you can come and pick it up here. Would you want to go by Reflections main office to collect it?
I think their main office is on McClendon.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's probably easier than coming to Radio Cayman.
Okay, so what we'll do, we'll direct everybody to go there to get it. That way, and all you have to do, we'll give them the names and the details, and when you go, they'll ask you for whatever confirmation. I mean, in Cayman, we know most things, but okay, so we'll go there to collect it, and we'll advise them to come there. That may be more convenient for you. So please, even though we might say we know you, recognize you, and you've hosted for us before, but we're not going to assume anything. You can give Susan the information, and we can pass it with your permission along to the management team over at Reflections. How about that?
Don't assume anything, because I have many different accents and many different hats.
You see,
Don't
when you
assume
assume, what happens? You make a mistake.
Happy Christmas to you, Sir Dwayne.
Merry Christmas to you. Have a wonderful, safe, and enjoyable Christmas. All right, just stay on the line and then go by Reflections. We'll tell them to expect you. Okay.
I don't say Sir Dwayne sentence.
That's right. And if anything, I'll show for you over the girl. I can get some of their chocolates while you get a gift certificate. How about that? Merry Christmas to you.
Okay.
Oh, thanks. All right, we got 3 more to give out. We're going to have some questions to answer. We got Blossom Day Spot we're going to give as well. And take the news. When we come back, you will answer the question. We'll give you the gift certificate.
From Radio Cayman's newsroom, this is Headlines.
The headline news is brought to you by Kirk Market.
I'm April Cummings with your headlines. Calvary Baptist Christian Academy nets its second satisfactory rating in a row from the team at the Office of Education Standards. Recommendations include improving attainment and progress, ensuring internal assessments are age appropriate, and improving self-evaluation and improvement planning. You can find the full report for Calvary Baptist Christian Academy online at oes.gov.ky. In international headlines, mourners laid flowers near the scene of a deadly Christmas market attack as investigators puzzled over the motive of the suspect, and fears swirled that the rampage could deepen divisions in German society. A church a short walk away from the site of the attack has become a central place of mourning since the suspect drove a car into a busy market Friday evening, killing 5 people. A carpet of flowers now covers the broad sidewalk in front of the church. In the U.S., opponents of abortion are increasingly focusing on restricting access to pills, which are the most common way to end a pregnancy in the U.S. This month, the Texas Attorney General's office filed a lawsuit against a New York doctor, saying she violated Texas law by prescribing abortion pills to a patient there via telemedicine. The suit represents the first of its kind and could lead to a legal test for the New York law designed to protect providers there who prescribe the drugs to states and patients with abortion bans. Anti-abortion officials are taking other steps as well through legislation and lawsuits. Those are your headlines. I'm April Cummings.
www.radiocayman.gov.ky. Check out our social media pages: Facebook, YouTube, X, formerly Twitter, Radio Cayman Headline News.
Kirk Market's 12 Days of Gift Cards is back. Each day, 12 lucky customers will win a $100 Kirk Market gift card just for shopping at Kirk Market. Ho, ho, ho! You heard that right. Every day for 12 days with 12 lucky winners each day. Come in December 11th through the 24th and shop. You could win. And there's no minimum required. It's that easy. It's Kirk Market's 12 Days of Gift Cards. December 11th through the 24th. The countdown to Christmas is on at Kirk Market.
You can now renew your driver's license or motor vehicle license online, and you don't need an ESID number. It's as easy as 1, 2, 3. Visit www.dvdl.gov.ky.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Again, thanks for joining us. Already, we have, as we reference, 4 gift certificates from Reflections, each for $25. Good across all of their brands, from the liquor stores, the clothing, the food. Please feel free to use them. We're gonna send you to the Reflections clothing store for you to collect it. That's gonna be, easy and convenient. They're open, very late today and tomorrow, for your shopping all year round, but for the Christmas in particular. And then we have One for Blossom Day Spa. And to the last winner, the wonderful lady there, congratulations to her. So we're going to ask another question. Again, your reflections gift certificate for $25. How many of the reflections liquor for less are there? How many locations? Well, look at it this way. Good to see your economy and entrepreneurs, and we as customers having such conveniences as we do. So, the next gift certificate compliments of the Reflections group. How many Reflections liquor for less stores are there? Let's go to the phones and see if we get a winner. Hey, welcome. Thanks for calling.
Hi. There are 4 locations.
You sound very convincing and confident. Are you sure?
Yes, there are 4.
Okay, I'm sure there are 4. But what if there are more?
No, there are 4.
Okay, you wanna wager? I'll double down and say there are more. How about you?
No, there are 4.
Okay, so you're absolutely confident that there are only 4 liquor for less.
Yes, there are. No, I'm talking about the food for less.
Food? No. Food for less. No, we had an answer, and the food for less. There are only 2 locations: the McClendon Drive, and then the one in Bordentown. The question now is how many liquor for less stores are there? So this is part of Reflections liquor for less. How many of those stores?
Liquor for less. Okay.
Okay.
I thought you're asking for this one.
Okay, this one is, the question is, how many liquor for less stores? So there are 2 food for less, the McClendon and then the Bordentown community is served now. But how many liquor for less is there?
There are 1.
How many?
6. 6 are there.
6?
Yes.
Man, you are a confident fellow, man.
Yes.
You want to wager that? I double or nothing and say that you give up the 6 and you ask another question, or you want to stick with your 6?
Yes, it is 6.
You are correct, man. Where are the 6? Because I was thinking,
Okay, so the liquor for less 6, one is at the waterfront, the other one is at the Eastern Avenue, the third one is at the McClendon Drive, fourth one is in Savannah, fifth one is in Bordentown, and sixth one is in Northside.
Man, hey, I won't ask you here, you know that. You are right, sir. Congratulations. So there are 6 liquor for less locations, all right?
Yes.
All right, congratulations, man. Thank you for listening. We want to say thanks. We want to say thanks to Reflections as one of our advertisers for helping us to just show a little bit of love to our listeners and our customers. I want to ask you respectfully, stay on the line. You're going to give us your name and some information, and we're going to pass it along to the management team over at Reflections, and then you'll go to their clothing store. You know where that's located?
Which one is that?
The Reflections clothing store. You know where that's located?
Reflection?
That sells the clothing, the shoes, and all the good stuff, the fantastic stuff. You know where it's at?
No, that one.
Okay, well that's, you know where the mango tree is, close to the airport?
Yes.
Okay, right there.
Okay.
All right, so you'll go there, and they'll have your name. You'll give us it. We'll give it with your consent to them, and they'll expect you, and you can collect it. So thank you for winning.
So they will have my name, correct?
Yeah, you're gonna stay on the line. We're gonna get it from you. You'll give us your name, and then we'll just pass it along to the team over there, and then you go across and you'll collect it.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Merry Christmas, and thanks for listening too. Okay.
Thank you. Yeah.
You're most welcome. See that? How it goes, right? Let's give a gift certificate for the Blossom Day Spa. We have 2 more to give away, 2 more questions to ask in relation to the Reflections gift certificate. But for this one, here's the question that we selected. And thanks to Miss Susan for always helping out. So to win the Blossom Day Spa gift certificate, the question we want to ask: which Christmas song contains the lyric "Everyone dancing merrily in the new old-fashioned way"? Alright, when you call, we will happily repeat the question if you wish. I put on my glasses to make sure I can see what she sent me. But the question to win the Blossom Day Spa gift certificate is: which Christmas song contains the lyric "Everyone dancing merrily in the new old-fashioned way"? And even me trying to sing that might even give away the answer, but I won't do that. So you answer that question, and we will, gladly give you the Blossom Day Spa gift certificate. Now, while you're still, and this will be the question to ask and answer following that question for the reflections one, is when did the reflections start? What year did the reflections start? Okay, and that's the other question that we're gonna ask, and then you get a gift certificate. But the one on the table for the Blossom Day Spa, well, is, which Christmas song has that lyric, everyone dancing merrily in the new old-fashioned way? So we'll answer that when you call, and we'll get you on the ball, and you can win the gift certificates and share as you wish, or enjoy for yourself, as you deserve. 949-8037, 949-6990. You can WhatsApp call 925-32621. You can also WhatsApp, let's just do the calls. WhatsApp call 925-32621, or toll free at 1-800-534-8255. Just a reminder that for the Reflections gift certificate, you'll come here and go to the Reflections clothing store to collect it. If you call in the 925-32621, for us to answer you, you have to use the WhatsApp for us to put you on air. If you're calling it as a regular cell call, we can't answer and put you on air just like that. Okay, so that's 925-3261, and want you to be as it is, as best as we can, to be a part of bringing some joy and some celebration to your day, and making it as best as we can. All right, there's a WhatsApp call. We'll get to that then. Just un momento. Once Miss Susan says yes, we'll answer it. Let's go to the WhatsApp. Hey, welcome. Thanks for calling. Yeah.
Hello.
Hi.
Is the song Santa Claus is Coming to Town?
Santa Claus is coming to town. Let me see what did Miss Susan, what was her instruction? She gave me the question, she gave me the answer, and where did she type it in? Let me look at it. So no, she told me the name of the song, and that's not the name of the song. So the question is, which Christmas song contains the lyric, everyone dancing merrily in the new old-fashioned way? But that's not the song.
Okay.
That's not
All
telling.
right.
But thank you. All right, let's take the other call. Hey, welcome. Thanks for calling.
Hi, the song is Rocking Around the Christmas Tree by Brenda Lee.
Come on, let's me and you sing it together. Rocking around the Christmas tree.
And the basket on the...
And listen. Nobody can sing as bad as me, right? So you can't be any shyer. But thank you for trying, right? That is the correct answer for that song.
Thank you.
So we want to say thanks to you. Please do not hang up. And you for that gift certificate, this is the one for, well, we had asked that question for the Blossom Day Spa. That's good for you. And you'll come here, really come on and collect that one, okay?
Thank you.
All right, stay on the line. Let Miss Susan take your details, okay? Congratulations again. Alrighty, well, we love to bring joy. I know our music, does that. The team here always, plays, to my mind, the very best music, right? Our news team also keeps us up to date and a very timely, professional, news broadcast. So thank you for listening and being entertained as well as informed here on Radio Cayman. Now, the other question that we want to ask for a $25 gift certificate, compliments Reflections, you'll go to their clothing store, the Reflections, to get it, is what year did Reflections start? Okay? What year did Reflections start? And if you correctly answer that, well, we have a gift certificate for you. Okay? 949-8037, 949-6990. You can WhatsApp call 925-3262. Let's take this next call. Hey, welcome. Thanks for calling.
I got you now.
Well, it's always good to be gotten.
1994.
Is that a song by Prince? 19?
No, don't even go there.
You sure?
Don't even go there, Sterling.
You sure?
Yeah.
I don't know. 1994 was a good year. You sure that was the year?
Yeah.
You are correct. You know you're correct.
Sweetie.
Congratulations, all right? You know, we want you to enjoy it. Please go to their clothing store to collect it, but do not hang up, right?
Okay, give me Susan, my dear.
You want me to give you Susan? I can maybe charge you to. No, you stay on the line. Please share your information with her, and with your consent, we'd like to pass it along. And you go to their clothing store to collect, say, $25 gift certificates across all the Reflections lines. So, congratulations, okay?
Hello, Miss Eva?
Yeah, you hang on in. She'll give you your details, okay?
Thank you. Have a happy holidays.
Merry Christmas, and thanks for listening. It's good to partner with our advertisers in particular. It's absolutely a joy to see your businesses. You know, you own a business, you put in a lot of work even when others don't see it. You know, it's your success that employs others, that keeps the economy growing. And whether your business employs, you know, 1 or 2 people or hundreds, you know, you want to see your economy buoyant, you know, people investing and realizing their dreams, pursuing their entrepreneurial endeavors. So, Mr. Stanley and Mr. Prentice and their entire team, you know, a lot of hard work. We recognize it. Thank you for advertising with us, but thank you for the gift certificates to be able to share with our listeners. I'm going to have one final question as part of the opportunity to say thanks on behalf of one of our advertisers, the Reflections Group. Do we need to take the final break, Ms. Susan? We'll do that. We'll ask that question when we come back. Remember, you go to their clothing store to collect it. All right, stay tuned for Talk Today.
It's Christmas time in the Caribbean.
Christmas is all about the family. We travel from all over the world to be together as a family on Christmas Day. Returning home from college, visiting family overseas, the reunions, the hugs, tears of joy, showering your family with gifts and love. For generations, Cayman Airways has been honored to be part of these amazing memories. Cayman Airways, your ride home for the holidays. On behalf of the Cayman Airways family, we wish you and your family a very blessed and Merry Christmas.
Christmas feeling in the air, everybody dance.
Stay cyber secure with Cayman National. Here are a few tips that will benefit you. Ensure to log out completely when you finish any online banking activities. Be aware of phishing attempts and only click links from trusted sources that are sent from your device through emails and messages. Remember, Cayman National will never ask you for your credentials. If you suspect a fraud attempt or that your account has been compromised, please immediately contact our customer support team at 949-8300.
Accidents and illnesses can strike without warning. Ouch! When it comes to urgent care, every second counts. At Doctors Hospital, we have a dedicated team of experienced doctors and nursing staff available to you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Don't waste time in an overcrowded emergency room when you need urgent care. Whether it's a broken bone, a severe infection, or a sudden illness, trust in Doctors Hospital's unwavering dedication to providing the best immediate care. For complete urgent care when you need it the most, choose Doctors Hospital, located in Georgetown, 16 Middle Road.
The best foundation you can wear is glowing, healthy skin. The offices of dermatologist Dr. DWAYNE Porter specialize in enhancing your skin's well-being. Whether you're seeking advanced skincare, including any skin cancers, Botox, filler, cosmetic skin enhancements, or simply looking to reduce wrinkles, Dr. Porter offers a full-service dermatology and dermatological surgery practice. For more information, email drportercayman@gmail.com or call 946-9020. That is 946-9020.
Hello, this is Dean Bremer, technician engineer for Radio Cayman.
We wish you a reggae Christmas. We wish you a reggae Christmas. We wish you a reggae Christmas.
Merry Christmas and have a happy New Year.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Hey, welcome back. Thank you so much for joining us, and thanks again. It's what makes the economy, I think, not only, a success for the entrepreneurs, but it makes it accessible for us as the consumers and convenient. So to our advertisers, we thank you for, sharing your message through our medium. But we thank you specifically our good friends over at Reflections for their gift certificates. We have one more that we want to give away, and it's a $25 gift certificate at Reflections. You can use it across all of their lines. So whether it's at the liquor store, the food, the clothing, the gas, you use it. And the final question for a chance to win a $25 gift certificate to Reflections. Question is, how many Reflections gas stations are there? And you gotta name them, okay? So if there's one, or there's two, or there's three, there's four, how many and where are they? And you'll get it. So the numbers are 949-8037, 949-6990. You can WhatsApp call 925-32621. The toll-free line 1-800-534-8255. And a final giveaway for today, a gift certificate from Reflections. You can use it at their clothing, Reflections clothing, the Food for Less, the gas stations. Alright, we're going to take this next call. Welcome, thanks for calling.
Hi, good afternoon, Dwayne.
Hi.
Compliments of the season, my dear.
And to you, a very merry and healthy and happy and wonderful Christmas.
And same to you and your family. I just heard a lady talking about different things, about how upset she was about Georgetown and different things she was talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And at Georgetown, and this is what I'm upset about. Well, I think being a politician is a very difficult job because you're taking on reams of other governments that have left things undone, budgets and everything not up to par, or up to par, but then you're hiding and or not disclosing information. But the bottom line is that there's so many things that could be done. I went to Rockhold this evening. I'm around helping possible candidate for Georgetown, and we went to a house this afternoon. This gentleman in Georgetown were using generators. He said this has been 20 years from Ivan. Now, whilst we can point fingers at people who never did this in their life or never did that in their life, I don't think that's where we need to go.
Mm-hmm.
The money in this country is set for our people, whether it's by budget or every political season. And if that person is a true indigenous Caymanian, I don't care. He needs help. Electricity hasn't had electricity for 20 years. His roof is leaking. We need to fix those roofs for those kind of people. Those people also went to see it young men. And many of them, I'm not saying that they're living up to par, but if we're going to start going down that road, we could dig up all of the people's skeletons and people's families, and we wouldn't like that. I'm telling you, those that pretend they're goody two-shoes or whatever. So I'm not going down that road. So long you are Caymanian, this is the people's money, and that's where these people should be helped. This park that we're building down in Georgetown, I'm not so happy about that at all. While I know that we need a park for Georgetown and for the Georgetown people, when I looked down in the east and saw all of the flooding that we just had over the last couple of months, would it not have been better to make sure those roads were built up? Would it not have been better to have contracted somebody for $3 or $4 million and build some of those homes over? I, Lisa Prendergast, would have done that. That's what I would have done. I would not be using a place just for a park because there are people hurting in this country. There are young men and young women that need jobs, and that's what we should be fighting for. The other thing we should be fighting for is to make sure that all of these work permits that we have, 20 and 30,000 work permits, should be stopped. It is time for us to put a moratorium in this country and say, look, our people need to come first. And jobs need to come first. Let me tell you what the Asians are doing here. That's Filipinos, Nepalese, and all of them. The Jamaicans have been doing it for a long time. Those that are in construction, those that are doing things, they bring the Jamaicans here, they take out the work from them, they make them pay and do it. What we are doing now with the Filipinos and the Indians and the Nepalese, they're coming here and saying they're domestic staff. But when they actually they come here and they get here as domestic staff, then you hear that they got a degree or degrees, and then they are going ahead and applying for jobs and people are hiring them. All of that needs to stop. We need a task force here with at least 200 to 300 people knocking on doors and making sure that we know who is in this country and how they're getting here and who are bringing them into employ. I don't care who it is, politician, millionaire, or billionaire. It needs to stop. We have got our own children that we need to take care of, Dwayne. We've got our own drug heads or whatever, people that are into drugs or whatever, or mental health. We've got our own to take care of. We don't need to be importing poverty. It is wrong. It is wrong. When you think about how many Caymanians that are still working, have been working in a bank for 10 to 15 years and don't have a mortgage, what is wrong with this picture? Going back from the days of Mr. Pearson and Mr. Kirk, you want to compare their lives with some of the poor people's lives? Look at the quantity of land that they own. Look at the quantity of land they own. Look at their bank account. Nice and fat and rosy. But we've got so many people from Central Georgetown that need jobs, need new roofs, need decent roofs put on top of their houses, need even a wheelchair, a motor scooter so they can get around. How about getting a van to make sure all of the elderly people, some of them that work in the port that are sick now with diabetes, lost a limb, make sure they can get to their appointments. That's the kind of things we should have been fighting for. I'm not running because, of course, I have an issue with my back and spine because I got hurt in government years ago. But let me tell you something, and I'm working hard to fix that. But if I had been running for Georgetown, these are the things that are going to come first. Not $1,200 in an envelope to buy a boat. That's not right. Not $1,000 to buy me out. No. Coming to your house and making sure that you can live. Making sure that everybody can live and be supported in Georgetown. People need roofs. Even some of them need cars that with the special type of cars that they need to make sure that they drive around. Look at the politicians that we've had to Central Georgetown, and I want you to actually do the research on it because I'm telling you, we need to know what land that they have gotten. Some of them I heard has bought all 2 pieces of land for $11 million recently. Okay? I want you to tell me how many Georgetowners have their roofs fixed and have cars that can take them to their appointment. Many of them work in the Port Authority and are diabetic now, can't get out, and need help, legs off, arm off, or sick, or don't have a family member to help them. That's what we need for Georgetown.
Well, as I listen to you, I think it's a good way for us to, and thank you for sharing that impassioned plea. Very, 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 forceful way that you remind us, and maybe this is a good time to look at being of value to our community or our neighbors. Hey, thank you very much. Maybe in the new year, those are things we can pick up, given that it's going to be the election. But as we close it off on a note of positivity, let's go to the next call on the WhatsApp to see, well, whether that's an answer to the question or a comment from a listener. Welcome. Yes,
Good
hello.
afternoon, Dwayne.
How are you?
Compliments to the season.
Hi,
Not
hi.
too bad. I came on late, so I missed all the beautiful giveaways and everything that you talked about before.
No, but we
I think
have
you've
one
got
more to
more.
give away. We have one more question on the table. So we still have a
Okay,
gift
that was
certificate.
about- Okay. That was for the gas station. How many gas stations?
Yeah, the question
Reflection.
is, how many of the, let me answer it correct. How many of the reflection gas stations are there? And where are they? What's the names there? So you answered that correctly. The gift certificate is yours.
Well, I only know of one on Eastern Avenue. I don't know if they have any other ones.
Okay, well,
I know they have one on Eastern Avenue. Rubis.
there is that one, and there may be more. So
Okay.
we can't split the gift certificate in half for partial answer. But anyway, thank you for trying. But you were calling for something else as well, or you were just looking at?
No, I was calling for that. I think there's another one down by the roundabout, off the Espiritu Highway, or on the Hartwell bypass, or if that's what the name of it down there.
Okay. Well, no, not quite, but you got one.
No, not okay.
Yeah. Congratulations, but thanks all the same for trying, all right?
Alrighty,
Right,
thanks.
Merry Christmas.
When it comes. Have a
Thank
good
you.
one.
You too. Nothing beats a try but a failure. Let's try one more call and see if we get a correct answer. Hi.
Hi, the answer is there are two. One is at the Eastern Avenue and the other one is at the Crew Road Reflection Discount Club, and the other one is at the Eastern Avenue.
Okay, so you said there were, just two, you say one on Eastern Avenue and the other one where?
Yes, and on the Crew Road.
Okay, now I want to make sure I'm did not say this earlier, so that's my downside. We should have shared if you had won earlier, you didn't qualify, but I didn't say that. So did you win a prize earlier?
No.
Okay. So we want to make sure, and good to know. You stay on the line, and we will happily give that to you, and we'll share your information. You'll go to the Reflections clothing store to collect your gift certificate, okay?
Okay.
All right. Congratulations, and have a wonderful, safe, and enjoyable holiday season.
Yeah, thank you.
You're most welcome. Alrighty. Well, it's Eve before Christmas Eve, whatever and however that is termed. We certainly want you to have most blessed, safe, enjoyable, just truly magnificent time. As Ms. Jill from Jasmine reminded us earlier, there may be some people that are a little bit, more difficult for them as much as they may want to celebrate. So let's draw alongside them. And as we go about, so congratulations to all of the gift certificate winners. The one for Blossom Day Spa, the lady will come here and collect it. The other 4 from Reflections will go to the Reflections clothing store on Shaden Road. Address is 506 Shaden Road, right across from the Napa. Right in front of the mango tree, right before you get to the airport. If you're heading that way, going towards the airport post office. So that's 506 Shaden Road, the Reflections clothing store. We'll give the names of the winners to the management team there. They'll expect you, and you can use it at the Reflections clothing, the Reflections food for less, liquor for less at their 2 gas stations, the Jose's on Crew Road and the Eastern Avenue Rubis. Alright, so thanks again. Certainly appreciate people sharing with us, and certainly appreciate our advertisers as we look forward to welcoming you again coming the new year. Want you to enjoy your Christmas. Have a wonderful time. Enjoy your Christmas music, and God's willing, we'll see you first Monday into the new year. And not just a sobering reminder on behalf of the RCIPS or anyone else. Please, wherever you go, arrive safely. Please do not drink and drive. Don't use anything that may just impede, somehow inebriate. Don't let it affect your judgment and well-being. A very Merry Christmas, a very safe, healthy, happy, and just have a wonderful, fantastic time. God's willing, we'll see you in the new year. Enjoy your rest of your Christmas holidays, and request any song that you want this Christmas. Susan will find it, and she'll know it, and she'll play it for you. Until the new year, God bless.
Talk Today is brought to you by Subway, open 24 hours in Countryside, Anderson Square in Georgetown, and Centennial Towers in West Bay. And by the Ministry of District Administration, explore your history, explore your land, explore your sister islands. And Cayman Airways, call them on 949-2311 to book your nonstop flights to Los Angeles and Panama. And Doctors Hospital, peace of mind is important when life happens. Doctors Hospital, always there for you. Call 949-6066.